All right, so I hit my ball way right. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. What do you think? Is it in or out? So first of all, it's important to figure out if this ball is in or out of bounds, because if it is out of bounds, then this ball becomes a wrong ball. And if I were to make a stroke at it, then I'd be assessed the general penalty, which is loss of hole in match play. And in stroke play, it's a 2-stroke penalty, plus I'd have to correct my mistake by playing a right ball, which in this case would mean going back to the last place I played this ball and replaying under penalty of stroke and distance. So it can become a mess. Now, to determine if this ball is in or out, we have to find the boundary edge, which is much like the out of bounds line on a basketball court or on a football field. Only in this case, sometimes, as you can see, we don't have a line to go by, so we have to find where that boundary edge is. Now, out of bounds can be defined by one of two things. It can be defined by lines, which I'll circle back to in a minute, or it can be defined by boundary objects, which are artificial objects that are used to show where out of bounds is. Boundary objects include not only these OB stakes, but also walls, fences, roads, buildings, or any other object. If out of bounds is defined by walls or roads or buildings, etc., it's best to consult with the committee about how to treat that boundary edge. But for now, I'm going to show you how to find the boundary edge with stakes, because stakes are very common. So we know we have to draw a line between this stake to the next stake, but there is a certain place on these stakes where we have to connect those dots, which is the course side edge at ground level to the next stake's course side edge at ground level. The reason why we use a point at ground level is that stakes like these aren't always perfectly vertical in the ground. How many times have you seen a stake that's all cockeyed like this? So if we were to draw a line from the top of the stake, you can see that it significantly changes where that boundary edge is. And in this case, my ball would definitely be out of bounds. But on the other hand, if the stake was cockeyed in that direction, my ball would be inbounds. No matter where the stake is, the point at ground level virtually remains constant. So it becomes the most reliable point for us to use when determining where the boundary edge is. So now that we have our line, let's figure out if it's in or out. For a golf ball to be out of bounds, the entire golf ball has to be outside of the boundary edge. If any part of that golf ball even touches the boundary edge, that ball is considered inbounds. The same concept applies with lines. Now, painted lines are going to have some width to them. So when we're looking at the line, we need to look at the course side edge of that line. The entire golf ball has to be outside the boundary edge for it to be out of bounds. And if any part of that ball is even touching that course side edge of that line, that ball is inbounds. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, do me a favor and like this video and click subscribe, because if you like this video, then YouTube will like this video. And if YouTube likes it, it'll share it with other people, and we'll all get to learn the rules of golf. Any questions on this rule, just drop a comment down below. And I want to hear from you. Do you have a rules video request? If so, let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to make a video as quickly as I can. Until next time, just stay as far away as you possibly can from out of bounds.